nation's capital in nearby Landover, Maryland. Welcome in. We're getting a look at the enormous Northwest Stadium. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Washington Commanders. Leading the Raiders sideline, that is head coach Pete Carroll. This guy's playing one of those dreaded body clock games, making the long trip to the East Coast. On the opposing sideline, head coach of the Commanders, Dan Quinn. This guy's no doubt happy to be back home after they took the loss on the road last week. Glad to have you with us for this one, football fans. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt on the call. It's Pro Bowler Brandon Aubrey with the honors. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And leading them out, now in his 14th season, Brock. That's not bad for a fourth-rounder out of Michigan State back in 2012, huh? It is Kirk Cousins.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. A couple of interceptions. He's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
And they were ready for this one. No running room at all. He's taken down behind the line.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a lot.
That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's hauled down. What a wild play as they pull off the double pass. They get 35 out of that play. And that's good for a Washington first down. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. On first and 10, it's Cousins. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Connor. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. It's going to be second down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. They sneak it with Cousins. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short. Here we go, third and less than a yard. He's going to keep this one. And they're going to say he was short. They held him out, Brock, and now we're going to have to wait and see what they decide to do here on fourth and goal. They weren't particularly interested in disguising that call, Brock. The defense knew it was coming, and they make the stop.
Yeah, even against a prepared defense, you still expect to at least get a yard, get that surge, get that push. We've been so used to seeing it. That's a real tip of the cap to the defense to get that stop.
They'll go, Connor. And he gets in, touchdown. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. It's a James Conner touchdown. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on fourth and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple of reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
Things going well so far. he got popped on that run back. So out had the Raiders for their first possession. And bringing them out. He was a rookie last season when he took the Broncos to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. Now a sophomore. It's Bo Nix.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss. He was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week. And neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Nix off the play action. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And he's taken down at the 30. On the line for another 1st and 10. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he comes through big here. 9 yards. It's 2nd down. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Here's Nix. Touchdown, Vegas. The Raiders finish off their opening drive. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders start off well to tie things 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Here comes the Washington offense after the field, ready for their second drive. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Ready to start this drive with Connor. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And he'll get it up to the 27.
I feel so bad, I really do, and I don't mean this sarcastically. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Throwing on 3rd, Cousins. Throw right side, caught by Goddard. And this is going to be short. Quick stop by the defense to bring up 4th down. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for it, 4th and 3. They're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. He is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. That's going to be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and keeps this drive moving.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll run here on 1st down. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards.
Hey, it's not a sack, but these edge players love chasing down runs for negative plays and tackles for loss.
Working from the gun, it's Cousins. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. DJ Turner comes up with it. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Las Vegas. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. Now, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down. We've set it down from 37. The first down carry for Connor. It's a solid block in there, springs him for 8. It's going to be second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run with crossing that first down marker.
And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
We've set it down from 37. Shotgun handoff to Connor. And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
That one's caught along the left sideline. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Washington first down. So 2 minutes still to play in this first half, partner. More coming up from Northwest Stadium. Stick around. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Cousins. Completed over the middle. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. They go heavy on this 1st and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Tossing this out to Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a James Conner touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return starts at the 9. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Raiders and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run.
Las Vegas, first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. He finds a Dunze downfield. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line.
25 yards on the play.
Nix now on 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10. Nix to throw again. Pulled in by Tommy Trumbull. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14.
17 yards. That's another Las Vegas first down. It's a gain of 17.
Once more, it's Nix. Throws caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get some late points and the lead.
Las Vegas.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7.
Commanders 14.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Commanders ready to get their offense out there for the final time in the first half. With the time remaining, let's see if they can get this into field goal range. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. Gets it out wide quick, and he might throw this. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That play good for 17 on a first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Quick throw out wide. I think this might be a double pass. Can't get the trick play away, though. They take him down before he can throw it. Washington calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Looking to throw. Cousins. He's got it inside the 25. And he has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Throwing is Cousins. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. Once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he sails that one over the end zone.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively.
Charging down the middle, and they block it. Now this is picked up inside, free, up the middle. It's a breakaway. 30. He's at the 10. And they scoop up the block and don't stop until they reach pay dirt. For the point after, here's Aubrey.
The kicker on for the extra point.
And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. The rest of the league can wait. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus, it's on these two teams as we skip halftime and get right back to this contest. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So Coach Pete Carroll ushers his Raider offense back to the field. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. This is ahead for about 5. Play made by E.J. Speed. So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
Kate, you know I love to say that the NFL game is a game of adjustments. You come out of halftime, and you know you've got to impact the quarterback. You got to get home, and it's exactly what they do on this opening drive.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. Running back sent in motion. 3rd and long for Nix. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. 4th down, and on comes the former All-Pro Jake Bailey to punt. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And standout special teams play kept these guys from getting 3 out of that last drive. Probably not looking to leave anything to chance this time around. Take this one in for 6.
And the best way to keep a field goal from getting blocked is not to even put the field goal unit on the field. The extra point unit, that's what they're aiming for.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. This is reeled in by Valdez-Scantling. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
15 yards on the play.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Washington, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44.
Cousins. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Makes the connection to James Conner. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. Third and 4 coming up now.
Jahan! 180! Good routes here.
Cousins throwing again. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
180!
It's Cousins once more. Over the middle and complete to Goddard. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain. Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now it's Cousins. Short throws drops. This one's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this. 4th down. Here's Cousins. Pass complete to Goddard. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow, and he is dicing them.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal.
The 6-yard line.
Here's Cousins on the keeper. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. So the penalty takes some of that distance away. Things tightening up here for 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Zach sets up a tough 3rd and goal. They're at the 12. 3rd and long for him here. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Now hold on, everyone. There's a Commanders player shaken up after that play, and he's in need of some attention. For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. His only previous one thus far was blocked. Reichert connects there. And that gets him back to within 11.
Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
Stout all set to send this one away. His return starts at the 5. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball's gone that 29-yard line as they come up to it. 2nd and 10. From the pistol, it's Gibbs. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Oh, just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Enough to Gibbs from the gun. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. All down by a familiar face to the silver and black, perennial All-Pro in the end of their Oakland Raider days. There's Khalil Mack. There's the fake. Here's Nix. Coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. But I believe a Raider covered that one, so the Raiders hang on to possession. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Raiders up by multiple touchdowns, and they've got the football. They dodged the turnover, but still third and pretty long. They've got to figure out. Here he goes, third and long. Oh, they're on it, but he's dropped again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of sand, Kate, and realizing there's not much time left for this team. But the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. Jake Bailey's going to kick it away. Looking to return from the 29. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. We've set it downs for them from the 31. On the ground, DJ Giddens gets it. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
Well, they've been doing it.
And a great play comes to an end. He's out of bounds just inside the red zone. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. Finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Brought in. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders now within 1 score in the fourth. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
All right, we're getting a 2-point try here. Cousins getting the offense lined up.
The Commanders will line up for the...
They want to run it across. He's almost there, but no, they stop him at the last moment. He's going to be just inches shy in that 2-point conversion. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Moore with a return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. On first down, it's Gibbs. Now it's around him. He's got space. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They give to Gibbs on the option. He's not able to escape. His own lead doesn't work. It's going to cost him a couple of yards, too. I think we both sensed it as the play was developing, Brock. It didn't look like either guy wanted the football, and you can see why with how well it played out defensively.
Yeah, there's 2 looks as a quarterback you can see on your teammate's face. When you throw your receiver into coverage and he gets smacked, and then when he pitches out to the running back and he gets the negative yards on his stat sheet, yeah, that's one the quarterback's got to rectify.
What are you doing, bro? And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? And we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
It's far enough, but does not get the redirect off the upright. It's no good. And their lead will remain unchanged in the fourth.
Obviously, Kate, that miss would have made it a touchdown game. But think of it this way, it's still a touchdown game. But instead of it forcing overtime, now it's going to give them a loss.
The Commanders and Tyler Boyd set to go to work again. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. And hang on, everyone. We've got an injured player, and you absolutely don't want to see this. James Conner, the one banged up after that play. Out of the gun, Cousins. Completed over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Okay, this defense finally said enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on fourth down. Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Gibbs now from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
At the 45-yard line.
This is Gibbs on second down. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage. So third down now. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half. Looking to throw. It's a big strike to Hill. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Landover. Raiders with a 5-point lead. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Handoff here for Gibbs on his own read. And he's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's second down.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Another one for Gibbs. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Again, it's Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. Running for it. Here's Gibbs. And he is stuffed at the line. They don't get the yard they need, and they're going to catch a breather. They turn it over on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
And that is exactly what they needed. A quick first down, and he freezes that clock. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Washington first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here he is to throw. Yet another grab for Goddard. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Back to throw.
At the 35-yard line.
And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Intended for Tyler
He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that.
That's complete inside the 35. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. Brock, I know you know this firsthand. All the way across the country. Feels like you're playing in the morning. You played in a lot of these. That is not an easy thing to do, what they just did.
And you know what, Kate? You look back, even like the Niners of the 80s, those really good teams, they struggled in these 10 a.m. kickoffs on their body clock. You know who changed it? Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom said enough's enough. If you're good enough and we build up enough talent, we can also end this mystique or this problem of that early kick.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Raiders winners. As with that, we sign off from D.C.
Your blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your face.